Patrick, thanks for the consult.
Sure, anytime.
Let's say we damage a bottle of gin tonight, huh?
Gin is for headmasters who run snotty boy schools.
Yes, but the right gin, with just the right balance of sweet and dry vermouth, with just a tease of H2O to take the burn off the booze. There, my friend, there you have the staple of
Ian,
the
how about a
spy,
couple of beers?
huh? Yeah, that sounds good, too.
All right. Hey, where have you been?
I took an afternoon and evening off to think.
And?
And I thought. And now I'm back and I have rounds.
Okay, well, now that you're back, Robin, we need to talk about the baby. Here you are. What are you doing?
I'm heading nursery.
Oh. Could you stop for a second?
You know, this color looked a lot better in the store.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I need to talk to you.
I need to finish. And if I don't like it, I can paint over it a dozen times. But what I can't do is sit around waiting for the phone to ring or think of places where I might find Michael and then go there and not find Michael. I can't do that, okay?
I know. I couldn't sit around anymore either.
What did you do?
What if you're wrong? What if the cars don't have Michael?
Okay, Jason. Michael disappeared the same day Kate was shot. They found his backpack floating a few piers away, right near where I found Kate. Stop defending the enemy.
I'm trying to find Michael.
Then find him.
Okay, there's something else.
What?
Claudia is trying to find Johnny.
She won't.
What do you mean she won't? Sonny.
I don't want to do this to you.
Nicholas, I want to do this. For you, and for Jason, for all the victims and their families. Just try to focus on what you saw and go beyond it. Just try to remember it all with me.
No. I can't protect you anymore.
No.
You can't stay here.
I never should have left you.
Don't you understand? Don't you understand? I'm going to be here for
No,
you.
Nicholas, you would never hurt me.
But you have to leave. You have to leave here right now.
I'm staying here. Nicholas, I'm staying here.
You understand me? You can't.
Nicholas. Nicholas. I'm sorry, but I waited as long as I could. Nicholas, are you with me? Did Emily show you what happened that night?
Yes.
And do you remember if someone was with you when she died?
Yes.
Did you see his face?
Yes.
What is it?
He killed her. He killed her. She's gone.
there's nothing to talk about. You and I and my baby are all in positions of comfort. All of our futures and responsibilities are mapped out accordingly. Mother, baby, you as a friend to both. I mean, there's no sense in talking about changing history.
Changing it, no. Lying about it is something else.
Dr. Drake, look, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to bother you, but I don't know who else to talk to here. Look, you've been really good to us. Posting my bail, getting me a job so me and Angie have our
what's wrong?
insurance. Well, I don't know. It's the baby, but nobody wants to tell me anything. Look, I need to be able to make the right decisions, and I can't do that if people aren't letting me in, and it's making me crazy.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. Dr. Scopie and I will both see what we can do. Right, Doctor?
Look, I know that you don't want to go against Jason and tell the police that Michael's missing. But I've been wondering a lot about this.
What do you mean?
What if this had nothing to do with the mob? What if Michael's disappearance had nothing to do with Sonny or Jason? What if, after he hung up the phone, he hurt himself and he really needs your help?
I don't even want to think about that, Jax. Can you just please tell me what you did?
I put my corporate investigative team on Michael's case. Okay, now they've been with me for years. They know how to be discreet, okay? And this is what they do. This is their main thing. They know how to find people. And every one of them has a background in K&R. It's an insurance term, stands for kidnap and ransom.
So they know how to find people that this has happened to.
Yeah. And they know how to work outside the law. But they also have access to legitimate law enforcement systems as well. So they might be able to pick up on something that Sonny's men have missed. And you're mad. Are you?
Now look what you did. What I did? Thanks to the two of you, I freaked out on Logan and I put him in a coma, and then I find out that you guys were wrong all along. He wasn't the killer. We didn't do anything. Spinelli was just trying to protect your fairness, which I have to say is a name that doesn't exactly translate at this moment. You said that you had proof.
Okay, look,
Spinelli.
I understand your anger and remorse, but the wounded blonde one is right. I only chose to share. May I reemphasize our circumstantial evidence against the Krabby Commando.
And knowing Spinelli and his blind, unrequited waste of affection for you, he probably told you about Logan hoping you'd have the brains enough to stay away from him. Because you were so sure that he was guilty. It wasn't us. It was you. And if you didn't lead on every guy that came into your life, Lulu, you wouldn't have to beat him off with a stick eventually, or in this case, a wrench. Better off than the guys that you date that wind up drug addicts or dead.
Oh.
Hey, okay. Get out of me right now!
Whoa, stop.
Logan is in a coma! Yeah, because you didn't believe him when he said he wasn't the text message killer. Because you guys are poking around in things you shouldn't and leading people to believe things that are not true! Yeah, well, at least I refuse to believe Coop was guilty. You want to be mad at someone, Lulu? Be mad at yourself. Because you doubted Logan and then wound up almost killing him.
The wounded blonde one and I are
You and your blonde ones need to just stay out of things.
But we're just embarking on a new clue.
Which is going to do what? Lead to somebody else who's innocent? The killer is still out there. I cannot take one more crazy scenario about who it could be.
Emily.
This isn't the first time she's gone off like this.
I made her see everything. Pain. Fear. God. Not even her own death. It may have been just a hallucination, but it doesn't make it any less painful to have to watch her die all over again.
No, it's like not being able to save the person you loved all over again.
What if that's it? What if that's That's it. What if watching her die means that she served her purpose and I'll never see her again? What if I never see her again?
But you saw the killer's face, right?
Yes.
And it's someone you can identify? Then you have a chance to champion Emily and all the other victims of this guy. You can see that justice is served and probably save someone else from getting hurt.
Don't you think I want to? But I have a brain tumor that causes me to hallucinate and talk to my dead fiance. Who's gonna believe me?
Just because you've been seeing Emily doesn't mean that what you're seeing now isn't true or didn't happen.
Even I'm having trouble with this one.
With what?
With the killer. The man I saw strangling Emily is supposed to be dead.
You just need to get off this private eye thing right now. You know what? I need to get out of my stuff. Thank you. Go have a free coffee.
We shall reconnoiter in several minutes. I will come find you so we can look at that clip.
Spinelli, why couldn't you just say that to me?
You need to quit fooling around with
Look,
her.
we are but reluctant opposites thrown together. Things
I need to tell you some things, okay? This cannot be public knowledge. Do you understand that?
Jacko is a byword of discretion.
Michael is missing.
The little dude? Missing? Oh my God. The Valkyrie must be beyond distress.
Carly's letting me handle this for now. Listen, one of our men found Michael's backpack down on the docks not far from where Kate was shot.
Yeah, I heard about the fashionista's unfortunate... Sorry, secret, discreet things?
Okay, I found gun oil in Michael's backpack. Michael, he's been sniffing around guns. He actually bought bullets, so I need to know every punk with a prior who deals the kids. You understand that? Okay, the second thing is I need security footage from every security camera near the Taylor building where Kate was shot. Last, do everything you can. Cross-reference the possibility that Alcazar is still alive.
Evil Al? Back from the grave? Oh, I mean, although technically speaking, he was proven alive to exonerate you from
I know.
murder.
Somebody has been making withdrawals from his private accounts for months now. Get on it.
You know, the Jacko PI is happy to be demoted to grasshopper.
That's great. Get on it. No.
Jason, I need to talk to you.
Well, I gotta go.
I know who murdered Emily. I remember who the killer is.
Who?
Diego Alcazar.
Do you believe Nicholas?
Well, withdrawals have been made from Alcazar's bank accounts and only 2 people had access. Max, where are you right now? No, just stop. Stop what you're doing for Sonny. I need you to do something for me right away.
Around these parts, people don't care much what you do to trespassers.
It was cold.
That's life, Bunky.
My name's not Bunky. It's
Now, there's plenty of time for our introductions. Now, you're not from here. I'd say it means you might be running away. But the question is, from what? Huh? From who?
I know that look. It's the same one after all these years. And it says, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
right there. Don't move or I will shoot.
Angie's symptoms have gotten worse, and I haven't a clue why. On top of everything else, she developed a rare case of anemia and passed it on to the baby.
Anemia, that's what happened with Mrs. Quinn.
Wait, who?
Remember Mrs. Quinn, my patient that bled out during her surgery? The one that was taking her medication?
Amoxicillin?
Yeah, that's what it was. Why?
What about your patient? Is she taking any over-the-counter bargain basement prenatal vitamins that contain the wonder substance Hematrin?
I don't know. I can check.
Check fast. You're gonna have a parent's worst nightmare on your hands.
Well, what I'm doing here is I came to find out if there's any news on Michael.
How did you know?
Hey, look, I got ears on the street too, you know. And the funny thing is, you wouldn't tell Michael's grandfather that his grandson was missing. But then I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this beautiful woman, and the other word on the street finally comes to me. That you proposed to her. My son found someone to marry again. And I thought to myself, how great is that? But then I realized, you didn't even introduce me to her. Now, why is that?
You don't?
No, listen, if you can let me die, thinking that I'm still on the outside of your life, just seal me up behind a wall or something, okay? Because it's starting to rub me raw in a few places.
The Jekyll understands through extensive research and observation that the last person to view highly sensitive material on Mr. Corinthusser's desk had their eyes squeezed out of them and served to them as cocktail onions.
You're kidding. Right?
There. Okay, all programs running to find all the things that Stone Cold was asking of me.
So just like that, you're giving up? Jason waves his magic finger and bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, you're back to playing second banana? What happened to P.I. Jackal in the case of the text message killer?
That program is running as well, okay? Just before Fairlulu interrupted, the Jackal PI had found an interesting correlation between the numbers that Coop wrote on the back of the papier d'emballage and a certain area of the city's public works system.
Well, what area?
You know, there's a good chance that this could lead us to the hideout of the killer.
What area?
The réseau d'égout.
Say it.
The sewer system.
Who else knows about this?
No one.
Keep it that way. I'll take it from here.
No. We will.
Is that Elizabeth Weber? What's so special about your face? You gotta keep it covered, tough guy. Step away from the car, punk, and put your hands in the air. Don't do it.
Patients have been taking counterfeit drugs.
Counterfeit?
They're mass-produced placebos being passed off as bona fide wonder drugs. I've seen them show up in a range of medications all throughout the formulary, from treatments of postnasal drip to chemotherapy. They're cheap and easy to make, simple to slip into large shipments, and obscenely profitable.
How do you know all this?
Well, because as dangerously experimental as you perceive my methods to be, I always know where my medications come from. I've seen them being made, and I've seen them save the patients who are lucky enough to live in the right country, or have the right number of zeros in their bank account to get their hands on them.
See, I read about this. I just didn't think it hit so close to home.
Counterfeit drug rings aren't just driving up insurance costs, they're flat out killing people. Not to mention tying up honest researchers with miles of red tape, scaring the hell out of the public, and running enforcement agencies ragged.
I need clear heads and quick hands stat. Angie and her baby just went critical.
It's one word for potential stillbirth.
You think you can do this?
I think I can help with this. How about it?
You got a clear head and hands. Let's go.
Mike, I appreciate you, asking about Michael, but I don't think right now is the right time.
Oh, listen, my child, it's never the right time. Well, either you're involved in something that takes your attention or messes with your moods, or you get happy. Or as happy as you allow yourself to get. And I'm the last thing on your mind.
Well, I mean, no real coincidence.
No, look, it's not that I don't have some of that coming. I probably look to you like you and your mother were the last thing on my mind all those years growing up.
And this is what you're going to tell me otherwise, right?
I'm not going to tell you how to feel about me or anybody else. It's nice that you found somebody.
Yeah.
Okay? I remember this one Easter. I went back to the old neighborhood and I was hoping maybe I could see you and your mother. And Deke was home alone. Adela was out someplace. He had no idea where in the hell you were. So I went down to Verve and I took a window seat. And I look out the window and there you are across the street. And you got this girl with you. And it was really warm out and she was dressed all in yellow, and she had this hat, you know, it was an Easter hat. It had flowers all over it and this big yellow ribbon. She put it on, and she did this walk. You know, it was like one of those fashion show things. And you looked at her, and you smiled. And then you laughed. I mean, it blew me away. And it's what kept me from going out and saying anything to you because I didn't want to ruin it. I didn't want to take that smile from you. And I sat there and I thought how great it would be if you found someone to make you do that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I would.
Hi, Johnny. It's me again. I'm just wondering what went wrong and if you're okay. I came to meet you, like you said, and you didn't show up, so I'm just wondering what went wrong. I'm sorry to repeat myself. A lot of things have happened, a lot of confusing stuff. I guess that's why I sound so confused. Okay, I hate this. I'm gonna come find you.
You don't know what you're dealing with.
No, actually I do. I'm dealing with a man who murdered my fiancée. Now, I understand that she was your sister, and I know that the two of you thought the world of each other, but I was supposed to marry her. And Diego Alcazar took my life away from me when he took Emily away from me. And from my son. I'm not just gonna sit on the side while you go off and fix things. Not this time.
Yeah. Boss. Max, where are you?
Sam's place, the parking garage, like you said.
What's wrong with you?
I got hit.
You got hit by who?
What'd you see?
Elizabeth.
Hey, I'll leave you two alone.
No, wait. There's still nothing on Michael.
All right, I'll keep listening out there. Listen, by the way, do you know who I met, the girl with the Easter hat?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to her?
I let her get away, yeah, and but I'm not gonna let that happen again.
It would be nice if we could go back.
Sometimes you try and it just doesn't work out.
Look, I know that we're better than we used to be, but
Yes.
I also know that you still have a hard time giving people any kind of leeway. I mean, if you get it set in your mind, it's in stone.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you feel like somebody's done something against you. I mean, people work very hard to make sure that Sonny forgives them because there's hell to pay if they don't. I mean, I know.
I'm not arguing with it. You know.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Big ones. Even you, okay? And even if you don't think you've made one yet, you will. Someday, somebody is not going to forgive you, even though you want them to. And I don't know who that's going to be. Your wife, your son, your brother, somebody even worse.
So what are you, a fortune teller now?
No. Just a father who wants to be around once when you smile.
Before you leave, I want to thank you for what you did for Michael. When you took his bullets and threw him in the water, you know, he deserved it. And hey, I appreciate what you did there.
Forgiveness is a good thing. Even if we only learn how to forgive ourselves.
He's right, you know.
Quit eating those chocolates so fast on an empty stomach. I don't want you puking all over my stuff. Well, I clean it up more when the weather's good. My name is Peg.
Oh, Michael.
Are you an old hand on breaking and entering, or is this a first offense? You take drugs?
No.
Your family slap you around?
No.
What happened?
I did something bad. No one can forgive me. Especially my father. Oh, thank you for the food, but I really have to.
Oh, who said you were going anywhere?
Okay, thanks. My investigative team, they put Michael's case on a private data bank. This way the search will be handled quickly and discreetly. It's a good start. We should know something soon.
Wow, this is, color's pretty bad, huh? Our baby's gonna think it was swallowed up by a big, giant green frog. I can hear him crying from the nightmares of it all.
You know, I can imagine one of us, or both of us, walking into her room.
Or his.
Or his room, and hearing Michael do his best to calm his new baby sister.
Or baby brother.
Yeah, more likely baby sister down so that we can all go to sleep.
Oh, I don't know, maybe it's not so bad, right?
Well, you know, I'm no interior design expert, but, and you know, I usually go with what you say. But, in my humble opinion, as a prospective parent, it's
awful.
It's pretty darn awful. Yeah.
Ow. Tell me exactly what you saw.
He's in pain. Give him a chance to breathe. Where's the wound?
All over, pretty much.
Were you shot?
No. He backed up his car. He took me by surprise. I fell back and I hit my head.
He needs to see a doctor. You might have a concussion.
Hold on. What did you see exactly?
Elizabeth.
What about the driver?
I couldn't see him. He had a mask on. I don't know.
Sam was released from the hospital. Did you see her?
No, I didn't see Sam.
Don't bother, Preciosa. You're going for the whole ride. And don't try the doors. The child safety locks are on. Sit back, relax, shut the hell up.
Who are you?
Well, if you had your phone, I would send you a text message.
You son of a bitch. You strangled my best friend. You killed Emily.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
You're sick.
Well, if you ask the police, I'm worse than Dad. I'm dead.
Who are you? Who are you?
Did you miss me?
Where are you going?
I have to find the father. I have to find Joe, and I have to tell him.
You don't have to. You're exhausted.
I'm fine. I want to do it. I can do it.
Is this what that is? You can do it. You can do everything. There's nothing you can't handle on your own. Is that why you haven't told me the truth about the baby?
Hello? Johnny? Hello?
Hi, is Johnny here?
Who wants to know?
Hi. How much of that did you hear?
Just bits and pieces. Something about Michael.
You need to focus on yourself and getting better, nothing else.
Your dad was talking about me. You saw out the window. You and me.
I know.
I hated that outfit. I wore it for my mother.
And I gotta tell you,
Mm-hmm.
I hated that hat. It was the worst.
My cousin Gloria gave me that hat. She knew I was into fashion. She thought it was very fashionable. See why I had to get out of there.
I guess.
It's not why I had to get away from you.
My father thinks I need to work on forgiveness.
We all have things we have to work on, Sonny.
Then isn't it about time that we decided on working on them together?
It is exactly as the Jackal PI predicted before embarking on this quest. Look there. The numbers and letters match exactly. Somehow, this is the path that leads us to the text message killer's secret lair.
Yeah, well, something tells me I'm not gonna like this very much.
Sam!
Why did you kill Emily? She didn't do anything to you.
She was Jason's sister, and Jason needed to pay for what he did to my father.
Sit down! Shut up! Shut up! Sit down!
Don't miss General Hospital Wednesday when we give you a special behind-the-scenes look at how these unbelievable moments are created.